Before the world was divided by borders and flags, there was Rome, the red sun that burned across continents. Our legions crossed deserts and mountains as if the earth itself bowed before our sandals. We carved roads when none existed, raised walls of stone and iron, and turned wilderness into civilization. Every victory sang the same refrain, Roma Invicta, the unconquered. But every empire has its silence. Every glory has its ghost. I was there when we reached the edge of the world, Caledonia, they called it, a land of stone, mist, and defiance. The last place where Rome's voice was met not with awe, but with echo, where our banners vanished into fog and our discipline met something older than fear. I remember the first step beyond the Antonine line. The air itself felt hostile, wet, metallic, tasting of rot and thunder. Even our horses hesitated. We laughed at first. Soldiers always do when they fear. But soon, laughter was replaced by silence. Because Caledonia did not scream nor resist. It watched. They told us this was a campaign, not a crusade, a short push northward to pacify the tribes and secure the frontier. Agricola himself had done it before, a man whose name was whispered in the Senate like a storm on the horizon. But even he, in his reports to Rome, spoke of the land as though it were alive. He wrote, "The forests whisper, the hills breathe, the mist carries more than water." To Rome, those were poetic flourishes. To those of us who marched there, they were warnings. I was born under the shadow of the Capitol, but my soul was forged on its frontiers. From Germania's black forests to Judea's burning sands, I learned that Rome's heart beats strongest at the edges of its world. And yet here, in the far north, I felt something Rome could not command: indifference. Caledonia did not care for our gods, our gold, or our glory. It was not waiting to be conquered. It was waiting for us to leave. We built our camps as always, straight lines, measured ditches, symmetry, the geometry of empire. But the ground rebelled beneath us. Every trench filled with rainwater before dawn. Every fire drowned in fog. Provisions rotted faster than they could be cooked. Men fell sick from the air itself. Rome had conquered cities and kings, but this land had no throne to seize, no banner to tear down. It fought us with silence, the silence of stone and of time. We called them Picti, the painted ones, their skin streaked in blue lines, faces marked like spirits. We did not understand their language, but we understood their message. Each mark on their bodies was a promise: you will not pass. They struck like shadows, never twice from the same place. By day they were ghosts on the ridges, by night they were knives in the dark. No horns, no drums, just the wind, and then the scream of a dying comrade. One night, a patrol of 30 men vanished. We found them 3 days later, or what was left. No valuables taken, no trophies displayed, only silence. It was not hatred, it was warning. In Rome they teach that every war is a step towards order. But here, order itself began to unravel. Our formations, once perfect squares of discipline, dissolved in the mist. Commanders shouted into nothing, orders carried off by the wind. And through it all, the rain, endless, unrelenting, washing blood and mud into one color. I remember one morning, we stood at the edge of a marsh, the ground trembling beneath our boots. Ahead the fog parted for a heartbeat, and I saw them, a line of silhouettes on the ridge, motionless, watching. Not attacking, not retreating, just watching. It was the first time I realized Rome was not facing an army, it was facing a belief. Rome had always expanded by logic. To conquer meant to civilize, to bring law where chaos reigned, to bring light to darkness. We told ourselves this as we burned villages, built temples, minted coins. But in Caledonia, those words turned to ash because these people did not see chaos in their world, they saw life. Our scouts reported no cities, no kings, no written language, but they missed the truth. Unity born not of power but of defiance. Each clan its own flame, scattered yet impossible to extinguish. Low heartbeat drum. Transition to next act. And so the war began not with banners raised but with torches dying in the rain. We had crossed the border believing we carried wrong's destiny. Instead, we carried her doubt. I wrote in my journal that night, "If the gods dwell anywhere, it is not in our marble halls, but in these shadows, where men are swallowed by mist and Rome's voice fades into silence."